Mrs. Rehome's kitchen. Today, we're going to make a nice and healthy snack with items that you probably already have in your house. Today, it's going to be oatmeal chocolate chip breakfast cookies. And what you'll need is first your parents' permission because you will need to use the oven. Once you've gotten that, you'll need to have one banana, some oats, and some chocolate chips. It's that simple. Today, I'm also going to only make half the recipe. So if you want to make a full recipe, you'll just need to double it. And we'll talk about that as we progress. First, let's preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Remember, get your parents' permission. Now, with that being done, make sure you also washed your hands before this. Mrs. Rehome already has. So let's begin. I'm going to tilt the camera down so you can see what I'm mixing. So you want to start with your banana. You want a banana that's a little ripened because you don't want it fresh and green because they're too hard to mash up. So let's open up our banana. And you can break it up into pieces. Makes it a little easier to mash. Grab yourself a fork and let's mash up that banana. Oh, and you need it to have a small bowl. Now, if we were doubling this recipe, we would need how many bananas? 2, because I used 1, and we're going to do twice as much, and that would be 2. Let's get that nice and mashed. So now that we have the bananas nicely mashed up, what we need now is a half a cup of oats. Again, to my math geniuses out there, if we're using half a cup and we want to double this recipe, how much would we need? Right, 1 cup. And you're just going to toss those right into the bowl. Let's stir that up together. Get those oats nice and mixed in with that banana. So they're all sort of moist. Now that you've got them nice and mixed in, what we're going to need is 2 tablespoons of chocolate chips. Or you can add a little more. Mrs. Rehome likes some chocolate chips. But again, if we're using 2 tablespoons for half a recipe, how much would we need for a full recipe? 4, because 2 times 2 is 4. So go ahead and mix in those chocolate chips so they're all evenly in there, not in one lump. Right, now we've got our chocolate chips all mixed in with our bananas and oatmeal. Next, we're going to put them on a cooking sheet. I lined mine with parchment paper, only because Mrs. Rehome does not like to clean her pans afterwards. I can just throw the parchment paper away. But if you don't have parchment paper, you can just put them right on the pan. You're going to use the same tablespoon that you used to measure the chocolate chips with, and just scoop out 8 little balls of the mixture. You might have to, I can use the fork. There we go. Two. 3. 4. You want to try to get them as evenly as you can. 5. 6. If they break apart, you just push them back together. 7, and 8. Now, if you have a little bit left, just look and find the smallest one and just add it to that. That one looks pretty small. Now, this is where you're going to need your parents' help. We are now going to put these in the oven. I'm going to put them in for 15 minutes at 350 degrees. And thanks to movie magic, here they are. They're all done. They're just going to be slightly dry when you first take them out. What you're going to let them do is you're going to let them cool down, and then you can store them in the fridge if you don't want to eat them right away. But otherwise, you just take one up after they're cooled. And that's a nice, healthy treat. Thank you for watching.
Great day to be a dolphin.